Hi there, welcome to you. Can you hear me, viewers? Thank you for responding with yes. Let me welcome the participants first. Then, you know what this live chat is about. Ifrata Bira, first viewer who commented, Jacob Jack Alexander Birhane says he's been a follower for years. Special welcome, Alexander Birhane. Interesting life always starts with a question. Says, you think US will be involved if Israel supports Ethiopia? US was involved last time too. Who brokered Pretoria? Uh, we have Galaxy Online School. Makate Tedros says, interesting topic. Let's hear. Sammy has joined, says, Sajido, what is the secret? How do you call me Sajido, by the way? I think this type of name is generally those of Russians. I think they have these types of names with W or V in the end. MMT here, uh, Alvan, Habishia, Fanti, Samanau, Simon. Yeah, it's Russian type. Soviet name, yeah. Zinc is a supporter of Ethiopian PM. Sammy likes my service. That is why he lovingly calls me Sajido. Okay, no problem with that. Uh, Fossils and wants to hear the secret. Jobinono says, real journalist. Thank you, Jobinono. Bishko joined. Welcome, Bishko. I've been seeing this name in live chat for a long time. Yeah, waiting a little because when people join late, they say, Sajid, repeat. What did you say? I cannot then repeat. Just taking a little time so that viewers join and then we can start. It won't be a long live chat, by the way, just a few minutes. Don't worry. Ali Raya here. T.U. Milaza says, I appreciate your English ability. Medicine Tube says, I want to all secret between Ethiopia and Eritrea. It is especially of Malice and Isaias. Well, if Malice and Isaias agreed something in black and white, that will be of significance. Robert Helle joined. Yeah, Robert, you have also been asking about the secret. Eritrea, Pearl of Red Sea says, have you seen Eritrean General's response? Which response? Are you talking about an interview given by Philippos to Abel Said? Interview after 1 month of my report, by the way. I reported in the first week of October that Philippos was in India undergoing a surgery there. And no one then challenged my report because he was there in India. He returned and then he appeared to prove that he was in Eritrea. And people are believing him. We have Jake here. By the way, I heard The Eritrean chief of staff, Philip, was saying that he does not use YouTube, Facebook, etc. But all day, Eritrean government backed activists are busy on Twitter, Facebook, Telegram. Those have the backing of Eritrean government. So it's not that uh, Eritrean government is not neglecting social media's power. Eritrean government, its intelligence agency have lots of social media pages, accounts, and influences. Eri love. Birhano Eregavi joined. Welcome, Birhano. Pinarva here. Zilli Naguse. Yeah, Eritrea Pearl of Red Sea. It was a response to PP channels, but several viewers contacted me. They said, Sajid, you were reporting about uh, Philippos being in India, but he is in Eritrea. He appeared. Then I asked questions. I said, where was he in the first week of October? Farhan Muhammad here. Galaxy says, Sajid, when you record a video or go live, please clean your phone camera screen. It's clean, by the way. Sometimes there are lighting issues, I think, which might make the video a little blurry. Otherwise, it's clean. Robert Hallis says, Abi was promised something for allowing EDF to go deep in Tigray. He feels betrayed. Yeah, that's not a secret. That's what PP officials say, that Isaias agreed. And Isaias said, I think publicly, he said that Abi can use Massawa, Abi can use Assad. It isn't a secret. The two were on good terms, but after the signing of Pretoria, I think they parted their ways. Pretoria was not implemented. Isaias wanted complete dismantlement of TPLF. That did not happen. Isaias drifted apart. And then Abi's speech in 2023 was the last nail in the coffin. But before that, Ethiopia tried to engage Eritrea. It offered land, it offered assets. Eritrea did not give in. Ilyas Milkias joined. Okay, let's start, viewers. Let me speak. Fraser Sidana Mariam here. Thank you, Fraser, for appreciating my work. Isaiah says Philippos was talking about himself when he asked if he's following social media or not. Well, come on. Media war is part of every military strategy these days. Information war is part of modern warfare. So, if a military chief does not know what are the narratives being built in media and social media, he's not a general. He's not a chief of staff. This is 2025. So, he just tried to uh, say that he did not care about social media, but we know that Eritrean government, Eritrean military, they monitor social media, chief of staff, others, they keep themselves updated, I think. Mr. Samra says he's Kibriya Tinsayo. Okay, let's start, viewers. Welcome, Mr. Samra. 75, Daniel. Did I say Eritrea agreed to give away its ports? I did not say that. I am quoting Isaias Savuki. He said publicly in a meeting with Abiy, he said, you can use Asab, you can use Masawa, these ports are yours. He didn't mean to hand over the ports to Abiy, but he basically said we can collaborate. Let's leave it aside. Let's start, viewers. Don't divert me, please. People are waiting for the live chat to start. You can write questions, comments a little later, but just give me uh, around 10 minutes and then you can write whatever you want to write. So, viewers, do you know what happens when an official meeting is held? For example, if you want to know what happened at a meeting held by a president or a prime minister 10 years ago, how will you find out? University of Breha joined. Samuel was a member. He's no more a member. Welcome, Samuel Falake. Can anyone respond? If you have worked in official positions, then you would know what happens when meetings are held. I have worked for around 2 decades uh, in different government positions. I think bureaucracy works the same way in most of the countries. Whenever, no, Meta won't work. Whenever official meetings are held, official record of that meeting in black and white is prepared. Welcome, peace and love. That official record is called minutes of the meeting. It's a summary of the meeting. In that, it's a brief document. It mentions what was discussed at the meeting, what did the participants of the meeting say, the views of all the participants who speak at the meeting are recorded. Then the decisions which are made are also mentioned in that document. Who will implement the decisions? It is also mentioned. What is the timeline for implementation? That is also mentioned. When will the follow-up meeting be held? That is also mentioned in the document. That is called minutes of meeting, means summary of a meeting. And minutes of meeting are official record. Yeah, Izzedin, that's what I'm talking about. That minutes of meeting is an official document, and the authority which chairs the meeting signs the minutes of the meeting. And generally, minutes of meetings are circulated to the relevant authorities which have been tasked with implementing the decisions or which were part of the meeting. You know that when Ethiopian government raised the slogan of access to sea, talks with Eritrea failed in 2023. Ethiopia offered its uh, airline shares, shares in dam, land. Eritrea refused to cooperate in 2023 because Eritrea was not happy. Isaias was not happy with Abiy. Pretoria was not being implemented. TPLF had managed to survive. So Isaias did not give in, did not show any flexibility. Then PM Abiy made the famous speech in 2023 and he raised the slogan of access to sea. After that, the Ethiopian government considered several uh, plans to gain sea access. Several teams were made. One was made for looking into the legal aspect of this case. Another team was constituted to do the lobbying work. Military was also made part of some teams to consider the option of use of force. So, different options were then considered, and for that, teams were made. International lobbying firms were hired, legal firms were hired. In the legal firms, you know what Ethiopian uh, argument is about Assad. Ethiopian leaders say that the decision made in 1993 about secession of Eritrea and Ethiopia was made by a government in Ethiopia which was not elected government. So individuals in Ethiopia made a decision. That decision was not corroborated, verified by any assembly. That is what has been the Ethiopian government's legal position. You know what uh, Dina Mufti said? Okay, we'll come to it later. So when the law firms were hired and Ethiopian experts shared the position of the Ethiopian government, those international experts asked the Ethiopian government to show the minutes of the meeting, which was held in 1993 about uh, endorsement of Eritrean referendum and secession of Eritrea. Official records were searched. Minutes of meeting could not be found. How can Ethiopia build a legal case if it does not have its official record of 1993? But the Ethiopian experts told their international counterparts, international legal experts, that they tried to search the records, but they could not find the minutes of the meeting of 1993. Well, it was agreed. It was agreed back then. In 2023, I'm talking about. It was agreed by international legal experts who were hired by the Ethiopian government and Ethiopian legal experts, Ethiopian government officials, that no one should disclose it, that there should not be disclosure of this secret, that Ethiopia does not have the minutes of the meeting which endorsed Eritrean referendum. It was a sort of secret. Everyone was told that no one should talk about it. Then what happened during the Prime Minister's speech? He disclosed that secret. The Prime Minister of Ethiopia, I don't know why he did that. Delivering a speech at the parliament, he said that we tried to find the record of those days when the decision was made, but we could not find the record. Did he say that or not? Yeah, Mimi, he said that. So I don't know why he said all that. I mean, he was disclosing something which he should never have disclosed. He was telling we have no record of what happened. So it can weaken Ethiopian government's position, or maybe it can be used both ways. After, by the way, after the speech, the prime minister's legal team was really disturbed. They thought, what was the prime minister doing? He was disclosing a state secret while everyone was listening to the prime minister. So this is what he said. I don't know why he did that. Maybe in the heat of the moment, he did that. Or maybe the man knew something which the experts did not know, and he thought he should reveal it. His team has been disturbed, by the way. The team contacted him and he said, oh, it happened. I just disclosed it. It was a slip of the tongue. This is what he's saying, that what he said was slip of the tongue. Now, someone uh, wrote in comment section that Eritrea has the record. I don't think. I don't think Eritrea has official record of the meeting held in Ethiopia. I don't think so. If Eritrea has, by the way, it could be a problem for Ethiopia. Now, Ethiopia is still working on building a legal case. Around 48 hours ago, Dina Mufti gave an interview. Did you watch that interview by Dina Mufti? Dina Mufti again uh, raised the same issue, presented the same argument which I mentioned at the start of this chat. He said that the decision of 1993 uh, was made by individuals, not by elected government. He said, we are ready to work, to coordinate with Eritrea. We're ready to give land. We are ready to give assets to Eritrea, because the decision made in 1993 was illegal. Ethiopia is still working on the legal case. Since Dina Mufti has been chosen to give the interview, so maybe Dina Mufti is leading the Ethiopian legal case. Maybe he is the one who is contacting international law firms to build a strong legal case. That is why he gave the interview. I mean, why was he chosen to give the interview about the legal case of Ethiopia for sea access? Since he was chosen, so I think that Dina Mufti is leading the Ethiopian legal team for starting legal proceedings. Now, question, viewers, is if Ethiopia does not have the document of 1993, what does it mean? Uh, does it mean that Ethiopian position is weak legally? That Ethiopia won't be able to file a legal case because it does not have any document? Or does it mean that Ethiopian position is strong? Maybe the document has been destroyed. Maybe I am just uh, guessing. Maybe the document has been destroyed. The document has been destroyed and there is no copy of it. Ethiopia can say that we don't know what TPLF, what EPA, what the government back then did. We have no record at all. We have no minutes of meeting. We have nothing in our official record. Just two leaders back then, they met and they agreed on something. How can we honor or how can we accept what the two leaders decided without taking the people on board? I think that's my assessment. It's not based on intelligence. I think that when legal firms, international legal firms were hired in 2023, and the document could not be found, it was decided that this secret should never be revealed. I think then a second advice was given to the Ethiopian PM that the document, if found, should be destroyed. The document maybe has been found, it has been destroyed. And now PM can say, oh, but this destruction of the document was not revealed to international legal experts. And now Ethiopia can say, Ethiopian government can say, we have no record, no minutes of meeting, no agreement. So how can we accept what happened in 1993? This is what I wanted to share with you. When PM delivered a speech, I got the green light, tried to get the green light from a source to share the information. He was not comfortable. I took my time. Once he became comfortable, then he said, you can go ahead. I am adding to it the thing which I said about the destruction of the document. That's my assessment. It's not based on the input by the source. I think that the Prime Minister office, Ethiopian PM office, has destroyed the minutes of the meeting. No VOE, no one has that minutes of the meeting. I know Eritrean activists are sharing some documents, I know. But there is no record of the minutes of the meeting shared by the, yes, meeting could be in videos, you're right. No official record of the minutes of the meeting. I think record has been destroyed. That is why the Ethiopian PM revealed the secret. His legal team was worried, but I think he just deceived his legal team too. His international legal experts who have been hired, he deceived them in a way because I think his office destroyed the document. That's my assessment. Well, people are saying, what is the importance of these records? It is recognized by international community. Yes, no doubt about that. If you remember, Eritrea Minister of Information once said that in 2018 peace deal with Eritrea, Ethiopian PM, Ethiopian government recognized Eritrean territorial integrity and sovereignty. And that document is a black and white document. But even that was between two leaders. Abiy back then was not elected. Uh, will Ethiopia go for filing the legal case? Important point by Alim says the document is with the UN. Let's see if the UN can produce it or not. I don't think that the UN will be in possession of the record of Ethiopian government's internal document. Basically, Ethiopian side wants something to be in its hand to build a legal case. Its legal case is weak because it should have started the legal case in 1993, but it did not. It is planning to file a case 30 years after the decision was made. So its legal maybe position is weak. So it wants something to be in its hand to strengthen its position. But I think its legal position not strong enough. That is why it hasn't filed the case so far. It is only considering the filing of the case, but it hasn't filed the case so far. Thank you, Sam Fid, for buying the super chat sticker. By the way, Dina Mufti has been launched. His interview indicates that he might appear on some other international news sources too. And I don't know what the advice has been given to Ethiopian government by international law firms, but legal course is one of the options being considered by the Ethiopian government for 2 years. Will it file the case? Will it use this legal case just to convince international community to put pressure upon Eritrea? Let's see. Philtic says, what is the possibility of Ethiopia getting Eritrea back legally? I think 0% possibility, to be honest. It's very difficult to redraw borders through legal channels. It can only happen by force. You see, when a small piece of land is contested by a country, and the two countries start legal proceedings, it takes years for the decision. We're talking about an entire country's integration into Ethiopia. Interesting life says, Sajid, if there is no documentation, doesn't that help Ethiopia case? Yeah, that is what I said. Maybe document was there, it has been destroyed. No documentation now, and now Ethiopia can say we have no document. Or we don't know what that government of 1993 did. So we don't accept what the individuals did back then. Well, there should be a document. I mean, when high profile meetings are held, always. I mean, I worked on a lower level in Pakistan. I did not work on national level in Pakistan. I worked on maybe provincial level, you can say. But even there, we used to have record of each and every meeting. And the meetings in 1993 were very important meetings. I don't think that record was missing. Maybe record was there. Muhammad writing one comment again and again. Let me read. My observation, if Assad captured by Ethiopia, then southern nation of far Red Sea Romania would become Federation of Roman Republic. Well, we can build different analysis, but let's see. So 38 minutes have passed. I promised to keep tonight's live chat short, but still, it took me around 38 minutes to finish the job. Thank you for watching. Those who were complaining, saying, Sajid, you were not revealing the secret, I did that today. Thank you for waiting, but I am committed to my sources. Whatever they share with me, I cannot pass it on to you without a green light from them. I never endanger the well being of my sources. I never disclose their identities. I don't think anyone giving information to me has been captured by Ethiopian or Eritrean governments so far. Because I ensure that the communication is safe, that their names are not shared, that I maintain their confidentiality. Thanks for watching, viewers. I'll be back tomorrow. Till then, bye bye.